Hello and welcome back to Reddit League Season 6, Week 1, where this time we're in Division 5B, where we're going to be looking at a match we've already had last season, which is Pingwin against Soundbite. They've ended up in the same division again, although I think last season they were in Division 5A. And yeah, an interesting matchup that will, as with all the matchups this week, be held on Finland. Short graphic there, short overview, more than 100,000 locations. Finland not the most practicable country unless you want to learn 100,000 town names by heart, in which case probably practicable, but you probably have other problems if you want to do that. And yeah, I am joined again today by Pastetli. How are you doing?
Hello, and I'm still doing great.
Good. We're
Glad to be
recording these
here,
back to
and
back.
yeah.
All right, then let's talk a bit about Penguin and Soundbites. I think I actually didn't look this up, but I think Soundbite has probably been here for 2 seasons. Might have even been 3. I don't quite remember. I think Penguin started out last season, but
I'm sure of that. Yeah,
yeah.
he
So
started last season.
yeah, so they've been in Division 5, kind of, relatively similar last season. Who do you think out of the two would be favored this week?
It's honestly hard to say. I know both can do well on some maps, both can struggle on some others. They're, I think, pretty average Division 5 players. It's hard to call it. But I have I'm still gonna go with Penguin. I gotta say, because I don't know. Seems like he's gonna pull it off today for me.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen, kind of, this is just like my own personal impression that I got, and it might be completely wrong, but I kind of have that in my head that Soundbite may have like the higher highs, but also the lower lows, where we've seen him pull out some fantastic scores in some countries, and then lack or fall behind a lot on others. So very much so in this matchup, but also just generally in a lot of Division 5 matchups, you just have this case of a lot of it depends on the map and how the players are feeling on that in particular, more so than you'd have in some of the higher divisions where, players still have their favorite maps and their less favorite maps, but overall everyone can kind of play everything. And down here in the lower divisions, it's a lot more specialized. And so, yeah, we'll get into this game with round 1 now, and we'll see who of the two feels more comfortable in Finland.
Yeah, we're starting off in a suburban location, or even industrial. I'm not sure what it is that we see to the east.
Yeah, I'm pretty
But
sure.
it seems to be some apartments.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a residential area that is currently even in the process of being built up. I think some of the houses near the start, there are still some signs up for construction and stuff like that. And it seems like Penguin is spending a lot of time trying to read that sign. I don't know if there's anything useful on it. I don't think so. There was a phone number there, but as far as I know, it wasn't an actual area code on it.
Yeah, it seems landscape is pretty unguessable, but it seems like it could be further north. I'm not sure. A penguin is going to the south. And
Oh,
he knows the town. Never mind then.
interesting.
It's in the exact opposite side of the country,
Feels like you might have
which can happen in Finland.
practiced quite a bit then, because this is like Loja is probably not a town that you're just gonna happen to know unless you've either had locations there before or practiced a lot of town names. Soundbite does have a sign for the 2 towards Pori and Helsinki, which might
That's
help
gonna
him a
give him
little
the
bit.
region.
Yeah.
But yeah, Penguin is currently searching for some street names. In these suburban towns or areas of towns, it's pretty hard to find some town names. Yeah, it's they're you there. No, there are a lot of them, and you need to zoom in at the exact correct location to see them. And also sometimes the road doesn't quite line up with the street view because the street view is kind of old and
Yep.
Gen 2,
Especially
which is also the problem.
in an area like this where it looks like, houses are still being built, stuff like that, it may very well have changed quite a bit since the time the pictures were taken. And Soundbite has also found a town, although it isn't the town that Pingwin has found. They're not too far apart from each other, but they are apart from each other. And it looks like Pingwin is extremely focused on that one roundabout he's found on the map, which I don't know 100% if he's right with it, but it doesn't quite look right to me. And he's spent a lot of time looking around there. Just to me, what it looks like on the map, it looks way more urban, basically, more like a town center than what he's seeing here in Street
Yeah.
View.
Also interesting is that the road has a dead end in the south.
Yep.
So yeah, that might be scannable. We don't know.
It may be,
Maybe
if it actually is a dead end in real life too.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the areas under construction and
Yep.
but with about 1 minute left, both are not yet sure where they are. Penguin is currently expanding his search radius, and never mind, he's
He's
coming
going back to his roundabout. Yep.
He seems to quite like that. But
It
but yeah,
looks like Soundbite has found a good road, and
oh yeah,
he's trying to pinpoint now. Unfortunate part there is there's a lot of side roads, but there isn't really any street names for quite a few of them. So very difficult to find the exact place. While
and also another thing I realized while playing, not all of them show up on the map. Some have names, some don't. So yeah,
not the easiest.
for sure.
And with 5 seconds left, Soundbite is looking relatively good. Penguin's still not quite there. And yep, there we go. 18 points dropped for Soundbite, but 604 points dropped for Penguin. And yeah, as we've kind of hinted at, the street is longer in real life and doesn't just end there in a dead end, as you can see there on the map. And it is definitely pinpointable, though, as I and quite a few others have shown. You could kind of work with the buildings that are there, and I think there was some hints as to where exactly you were, but Penguin never got to that stage, and Soundbite just couldn't quite figure it out.
Yeah, interesting is that Penguin knew the town of Loya very quickly and zoomed in on it with like 30 seconds in, and spent the rest the rest of his time just scanning his roundabout and basically not considering that it could be anywhere else, or continuing in the street view and trying to figure or find other information, which cost him quite a lot of points, yeah, and that makes Soundbite, or no, that gives Soundbite the lead after one round.
All right, so let's now get into round number 2 and see if, well, we see even more of a gap, or if Penguin can claw something back now. And yeah, similar kind of feeling. A town, yes, but probably not the biggest.
Yeah, it's kind of suburban again. We have some signs, so those might be helpful. Let's see if Penguin can pull off another one of his town knowledge of town recognizing after 30 seconds moves, but it doesn't seem like it.
It also seems like he's struggling with his internet and can't quite move forward. Move back, though.
Yeah, Google doing its thing again
Mm.
with the moving bug. Oh, and Soundbite has some information.
Penguin's like, if I can't move forward, I might as well look at that truck.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of road names for Soundbite. Mikkeli, and Kuopio, Jyväskylä, just a lot of very well-known cities as well on those. That's kind of a little bit what I was talking about earlier as well, where you've got signs like this which have like 3 big cities on them, and you're like, well, I'm somewhere near one of those probably, but it can be very difficult to figure out where exactly you are. But you do have the 447 there. Interesting fact there as well that I haven't mentioned yet is you see on Soundbite screen those road numbers that have a dashed line around them. That just means you're not there. This road just takes you there, which
Yeah,
can
this,
be,
this can
yeah.
be this can be very baity. I've been screwed over by that a couple times, and
Hmm.
it also those dashed road names also appear in other countries. So
Hmm.
if you've seen them before, you're gonna know what they mean. But if they surprise you, they can very much screw you over.
Yeah.
Um,
And those roads
and
don't necessarily have to be like right there. You can drive for like 20, 30 kilometers before you get to them sometimes. So
yeah,
usually they are relatively close by, but they don't have to be.
yeah, for sure. Penguin has the same sign, and he's zoomed in on a town which is close. Yeah, Pieksamaki seems to be close. Um,
Yeah,
let's see if it
they're
actually is.
they're in the same area, so it's quite likely.
Yeah, they also have to pin at the not anymore, but they have to pin at almost the exact same location. And but yeah, I remember from playing this round, I got confused by road names like the 72 and the 447 not being like close together and stuff. I'm not finding road names that I searched for. So yeah, it can be very confusing. And Penguin is searching on the map again for I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what.
Yeah, he might not have realized that the 72, it does stop there and it continues to the northwest. There, now he's realized. Yeah. That's some important information that he needs to know because he's definitely at the other end of the 72 than the one he's currently got it placed at. And that's probably the sign that he just went past. Yep, there you go. That's
Yeah.
probably what you want to be focusing on more so than the road numbers, which is,
Yeah,
yeah, just more reliable information.
probably yes. 30 seconds left. Neither of them have pinpointed it yet. I'm not sure what where Soundbite is zoomed into, but it
He's
seems like he's close. I'm not sure.
now he's in the town that's 3 kilometers away. He has also seen that sign, by the
Ah,
way, so I'm not 100%
yeah,
sure why he's there, but you know, it's close enough. Okay, there you go. He's moved closer to the right place and almost got it actually right at the end. And Penguin drops another almost 200 points. Again, just a bit further away. I don't know why he placed it where he has placed it because that's in the middle of nowhere and definitely far away from any sort of town. But yeah, he's still sort of in range to, at least maybe if there does come around that just has nothing of value in terms of information, uh he can potentially get lucky and crawl his way back to a good result.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, Finland can have its up and can have its ups and its downs. Its easier rounds and its harder rounds. Also really depends on the direction you're going. Sometimes you can get a helpful sign within 3 minutes, and the other person goes into the other direction, and for 3 minutes and find nothing. So yeah, that also might come in handy for Penguin if he's lucky. If he's not lucky, and if it's three easy runs from now, with which both can 5K, that's probably going to be the game
Yep.
for this matchup.
We haven't seen any 5Ks so far though, so it'll be interesting to see if we get some. Let's start with round number 3 now to see if, well, there'll be some 5K going on here. Again, not too unlike the previous rounds in its general feeling of, not in a massive town, probably suburban a bit. This gives me a little bit of an industrial feel, more so as well. And there are immediately some road numbers, at least the 50, and again an airport there on the sign.
And also like Swedish and Finnish town names, so that again can give you the region.
Yep.
If you know what that means, I'm not sure. Maybe they didn't practice enough to realize what that could mean. That could be the problem in the lower divisions, especially maybe in the 5th division more so than the 4th. And can I say that as a 4th division player?
Yeah, that definitely
um,
can sometimes be a factor where, again, in the upper divisions, probably most people will at least know of most things that there are to know in a certain country that can help you. Maybe not everyone learns everything. Like you might not learn or might not want to learn the area codes in Finland, for example, like I didn't because you never see them anyway. But you'll at least know that they're a thing. Whereas down here, sometimes, I mean, if someone hasn't really put any practice in, didn't really look at the country beforehand, it's reasonable that they just might not know about something being a factor such as this. But Soundbite has found the 50 at least, and I think Pingwin's in a completely wrong part of the country so far. Oh no, he's got his pin in the right place. He was just looking in the wrong part. Yeah,
yeah, Turku and Espoo, they're not quite at the same place currently.
Yeah. It's not just the south with the Swedish and Finnish as well. It kind of goes along the west coast up there towards Vasa as well. So
Yeah,
it
for sure,
wasn't it
yeah.
wasn't completely unreasonable where he was looking. It just in this case wasn't the right area.
Again, he's looking all over the place for I'm not sure what, and spending a lot of time just scanning the map for some things that might not even show up
I think
because
he's
he's
looking for the
not
50.
had any success so far. Oh, yeah, that might be. Yeah, it might be one of the ring roads of. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
there you
Yeah, one
go.
of the ring roads of Helsinki, and he's found it now.
But again, quite far behind Soundbite in terms of time, at least. Soundbite has found that road quite a while ago and has had a lot of time to pinpoint now. It does look like he's very unsure about his location, though, so maybe not that big of an advantage for him.
Yeah, it seems that they've been at the almost exact same location now, but with about 1 minute to go, they still have some time to pinpoint. I'm not sure they didn't show their pinpointing skills so far. Maybe they'll show it off here and now in the last minute. We'll see.
I also can't 100% tell if that, well, now you can't anymore either, if that border on the 50 was a dashed border. It looked a bit like it on Penguin's screen just now.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, but I'm actually fairly sure it is.
Yeah. Also, doesn't look like. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell if they're looking. You can't really tell if they're looking for it, but neither of them have found the airport yet. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not sure
Maybe they
why.
even forgot about it
Yeah,
and not even searching for it,
I'm not sure why
which might
Soundbite has
be a problem.
such a big radius in a search, but yeah, it's kind of they're both sticking with it. So there'll be.
Penguin goes Finns, which is a funny town name for Finland. Haha.
Yeah, and they'll both end up roughly the same distance to each other and to the right location. Penguin drops another 45 points in comparison to Soundbite. But at this point, that shouldn't be too big of a deal, we say, knowing that it definitely could be. But, well, there's still 2 rounds to go. And so far, it hasn't really come down to a point up or down here or there. But let's take a look at round 4 now and see if we can finally, and it looks like we do, get some more rural locations.
Funny town name there.
Yep.
Again, Box. I remember this as a easy round because I quickly found some information, but I also went in the correct direction, and I don't quite remember if they're going
Yep, it
into the
looks
same
like it.
direction as I went. Oh yeah, they did go in this direction. Helsinki and Porvo, yeah, biggish cities, close. So
Yeah, Helsinki is a biggish city. Yeah.
I'm when I saw it said biggish, I thought about Porvo, but it's
Yeah.
I remembered it from practice. So they have to be somewhere in between, a bit closer to Porvo. Should not be too easy if they would look at the correct in the correct area.
Yeah, Box is already
Penguin
on
is
on Soundbite's screen.
Boxa. So Box.
Box.
I heard Boxa. Yeah. Oh yeah, Penguin has it as well. Or not? I'm not sure if he's
Yeah,
seen it, but
probably not.
it's on the screen.
Maybe he's forgotten about it already. It seems
Maybe.
unlikely that he could have not seen it at this point.
Yeah.
I do find that
Um,
sometimes, though, it can be, there he goes, it can be very difficult to spot city names or town names near major highways if you don't expect to be near one. Because while you're scrolling through looking for those small town names, you kind of like blend out the main highway because you're like, well, I'm not, this is not a main highway. And that can lead to you taking quite a while or not even spotting it at all. But at this stage,
hmm.
shouldn't really be a problem. Maybe a point up or down, but yeah, they're both pretty much there.
Looks like they both are going to be able to pinpoint it with this much time left.
Well,
But we'll see about that. Oh, and Penguin guesses prematurely.
so much for that.
He didn't want to spend another 2 minutes trying to figure out exactly where he is and just plunked, and it wasn't quite right.
Yep.
Kind of unlucky there. Maybe he got frustrated with the earlier rounds and thought, well, what the heck, I'll lose anyway, or I don't know, something like that. But a soundbite on the other hand is trying to pinpoint, and it seems like he's found the 5K now.
Yep. He just needs to guess now. And there we go. Nice round from him. First 5K of the video, right?
Yes.
Nice. Yeah,
Was about time.
Yeah. At this point, it seems like a pretty clear-cut affair. We'd need a very rural round in this last round here. If we don't get that, seems likely that Soundbite's just gonna win it. So I don't know how much exactly he's leading by, but I think it might be around 1,000 points. But let's just go into the next round now, and let's actually take a look. It's 820 points that he's leading by. So still open. He could drop as many points, but as it looks like kind of an urban location again, as long as he's in the right area, he should be fine here.
Yeah. I mean, anything can happen in Finland and in Division 5. We don't know, but yeah, it seems like it should be a doable round for sure.
Yeah, Penguin's already found maybe not a highway or anything like that, but at least a major road through town.
Yes, yeah.
Interesting street signs there with kind of like a colored bottom.
Oh yeah. I'm not actually sure what those mean. They could be regional. They could be limited to a certain area. I don't
Yeah.
know. I didn't practice then.
Could also be
Or
similar
check that out.
to Montevideo, where you've just got like advertisements on the street signs. Yeah, that does look like an
Yeah.
advertisement, to be honest.
Yeah. Funny way to get a revenue for a city.
Yeah,
But
it works.
why not? I mean, it seems to work. Yeah. I've seen worse ideas.
Yeah, probably surprising that there's not more cities doing it, to be honest.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want to get involved with a private business. I don't know.
Maybe there's also like laws against it in a few countries. It might be.
Yeah, maybe. One of them has just gone over or gone under actually a railway.
And Pingwin has found a street road number 145.
Oh yeah, which is not quite on though. So yeah, that might bait him. I know this round baited me at least, and I was quite far away. I don't quite remember what my mistake was, but I sure remember that I made one.
Yeah, I remember taking quite a while for this round 2. I know I got it, but Penguin is moving closer to it. I think he's just to the northwest. I think we're in Järvenpää. And we also saw some shops at the beginning that mentioned that city on them.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also
there
on
it
there.
says the city name.
Yeah.
I think white signs tends to be suburbs or districts or
Yes.
neighborhoods of
tend to be.
cities. So you're probably gonna be close to that if it says it on a white sign.
Yep. And Soundbite does still have a minute left, but the time is running down.
He's quite he's not quite there.
Yeah, it's not super far off, but it might be around sort of the area where if he doesn't get any closer, it might get pretty tight with Penguin.
Oh, there's the railroad in Penguin screen I talked about. Now he's trying to find a street name to pinpoint, I think. With about 30 seconds left, that might be a tough task.
I think if Soundbite doesn't move it, he's fine, to be honest. He might be like 10, 15 kilometers away. Don't put it in Lahti because you're gonna lose. Oh, he's put it in Lahti. That's not good.
Last second blunder, question mark?
Maybe. Yeah, it looks like it. Is that gonna drop him 800 points? Yes, it will. That is unfortunate. I'm pretty sure he was fine where he had it in even I think he had it there. Might have also been close. But yep, that's just too many points dropped, and he pretty much had it the whole game. I think he won 4 out of 4 rounds, and then just at the last second drops it. Just, yep, very unfortunate for him. 23,162 points for Penguin and 22,093 points for Soundbite.
Yeah, my prediction ended up being right, and I didn't even think so during the whole game. I thought Soundbite was going to win this for sure, but Penguin got lucky with a last-second blunder from Soundbite. Impulse decisions when the timer is below 10 seconds are only rarely a good thing.
Yep.
That's what my experience says.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can be in a situation where you're like, okay, there's a few seconds left, move it over there, move it over there. If you're actually thinking about it and, have some reason behind them. But yeah, as you said, impulse decisions where you're like, maybe it's this, let's move it over there are, yeah, rarely good. But yeah, so win for Penguin in this week 1, but we still got plenty of time left. Division 5 this season with 12 players. So for the first time, they'll be having 11 game weeks. So more than enough to come back from that. And yeah, that was Penguin versus Soundbite. Thanks for watching, and we'll hopefully see you guys again next time. Till then, bye.
Bye-bye.